what you could ask yourself is, you know, if I get long-term disability, what am I hoping to experience more of? Or what am I hoping to experience less of? And will long-term disability support that? But if I'm fighting for long-term disability and it's generating more of what it is I'm trying to actually move away from or
Hmm.
reduce in my life, then is that actually serving me to bring me closer to the state that I'm wanting? It's kind of like chasing the carrot, right? This is what I see if I can explain this. This is what something I really realized was so much of my efforting in everything, like in business and sports and all of my, the efforting that I was putting into things, it's like it's tight. It's like everything's getting tighter in the efforting. Even my healing, like the efforting of it all, it was like tighter, 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 tighter. And and I believed if I just tried harder, worked harder, ran faster, did more, right? The productivity bunny. If I did all of that, that eventually that tightening would relax, or I would eventually get the carrot. And what I was believing was I had to do all of that to get to the carrot. But we know that's the illusion. You never actually get to the carrot. You're just always forever chasing the carrot. And so it was that moment where I recognized that the carrot's already here. It's already accessible. It's right here. There's no chasing it. It's right here. So what if I allowed myself to rest into the carrot that's right here, right now? And I stopped looking outside to arrive somewhere so that eventually I would get to the place I want to be at and recognize that there is no arriving anywhere but where I am in this moment, like right here. We're striving outside of ourselves. This is kind of like nobody's coming to save me. We're striving outside of ourselves so much because when we're in a state of chronic stress and survival, our nature is to look outside of ourselves, right? The biology is looking outside of itself because it's trying to ascertain the threat. And then it's trying to resolve that so it can come back into a state of coherence and rest and harmony because that's its natural state. So in the striving where we're looking outside of ourselves, this is where the chasing the carrot illusion takes place, or the hamster wheel or the race, right? Like those metaphors take place because we never actually arrive at the place that we're hoping to arrive to because we're chasing it the whole time. And so then in the chasing of it and being outside of ourselves in that, we're exhausting ourselves. So we're actually adding more to the state that we don't want to be in. So we're actually making that state worse. And it really landed when in one of the videos, Joe talks about when we focus on the problem, when we focus on the thing that we don't want to be experiencing, we actually make it worse. Our brain actually gets worse, and they have all the data to show that if we're hyper focused on the thing that's negative or not working, or if we're frustrated about, or like we're trying to solve it by hyper focusing on it, our brain gets worse. And so when I thought about that, I was like, okay, so focusing outside here, trying to solve everything because I'm actually chasing something, because I'm hoping when I finally arrive somewhere, I'm going to experience less of what I'm experiencing. That's when it opened up to be like, okay, wait a minute. What if it's right here already? So what is it that I actually want to be experiencing? It's like, well, relief from all of this, spaciousness, all the things I told you. And then it was like, okay, so just drop into that right now. Drop into that state right now. Feel what relief would feel like. What would you feel in your body if you felt relief? We know what relief feels like. We felt it. We have felt relief. Even just going to the washroom because you had to pee all day, you feel relief, right? So we have these experiences where we already have an embodied sense of what that would feel like, so we can actually generate the felt experience ahead of getting to that place, which is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Is we want to be in the felt experience before we even make the thing happen. So now we're living from that place, which is really about being in present time. So all of that to say, if 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 you can get to the place where you imagine yourself on long-term, let's say you get long-term disability, feel into what that will provide you with. If it's relief, then start feeling the relief now.
Mhm.
And then it will become clear what needs to happen. Either the long-term disability will happen really easily. It'll just, it just will. And or something else will show up, because
Mhm.
now you're operating from this place of, I'm not striving for it, I'm not fighting for it, I'm not trying to prove something, I'm not, right? Like the carrot, right? If I can just get that, then I'll be okay. It's like, no, what if I'm just okay right now first? And then I move from that spot. So it's a real flip from typical therapy, typical coaching, all of that, right? Where we're going at the problem, digging at the problem, and so entrenched in the problem. The flip is we're practicing being in the state that we want to be in, and still allowing room for us to move the debris and metabolize and digest the stuff. It's like we're working in both worlds.